Hey Al, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm fine, Count. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. So, congratulations on the new product launch. Talk to us a little bit more about Pocket Dynamo.
Yeah, it has been exciting times. We have been building it for like a week, for more than a week now, and it's just at 99 INR. What we have basically done is given access to more games, but at a lower rate. It is different from the thing that we usually do at 349 INR and at above rates because those come with a full pack. It has a team pack, it has a venue pack where the team pack has 10 to 15 tabs. Whereas this one is it's simple, it just gets the job done as far as the fantasy gaming side of what we're doing is concerned. It will give you 11. In addition, for example, we are covering close to 30 games a month. And in the last 6 months, we have covered 30 games on an average a month. What we are going to do right now is take it to a whole different level where we are going to cover 60 games in total and for 30 days. So that takes to an average of 2 games per day, and it could increase further as well. The basic idea behind that is what I've worked in I've worked in content for like 10 years right now. But over the years, the mistake that most platforms make is make is they take too many and too soon. What happens? This ends up burning out the platform, the people who work on it, and also the quality goes down. Normally, when you take up too many too soon, it obviously has an effect on quality, and that's something we have never done. In the first 6 months, we are very careful to choose particular tournaments, to choose the way we do, to not overload ourselves. And this is, for example, we spent the first 2 months covering just BBL, and that's part of the reason why we are where we are now. But now covers of us an identity, and there's like it's a brand. When a team comes with the name covers of attached to it, people have a whole different level of trust than they do with the other platforms or something. So that's what we are attempting to cash in on. And in these 6 months, we have also had an opportunity to train our team to the way we want to cover fantasy gaming. There is a particular way we want to do. There's a particular way I wanted to do when we started covers of. This is something that's not done. That's not being done anywhere else in fantasy cricket coverage. So that's something that has taken time to get used to for our team. This is the way we want to cover, and these are the things that we are not going to do, and these are the things we are going to do, and it's going to take some time for you to catch up, and that's the time that we've given to our team. So this 6 months they've all been with us throughout the entire journey. Now they're all taking their own path, and we are giving them a platform to show their skill set. And that's what we are going to do with this 99 plan, and it is launched earlier today, and it's already been a lot of subscriptions that have been sold so far.
Awesome. And what are the tournaments that are being covered under the Pocket Dynamo plan?
Yeah, under the Pocket Dynamo plan, what if we have just started men's Ashes today, and we'll be also covering World Cup qualifiers. So that's the second tournament, and we'll also be covering the Afghanistan versus West Indies. I guess there's a bilateral both ODI and T20, and some Blast matches as well. Blast is normally we have discussed a lot about this. It's a crazy tournament where 6 to 7 matches happen at the same time. So what we'll be doing is we'll be selecting a particular game a day in a way that it should maximize your opportunity of winning. Where we see an opportunity, for example, there could be a difference in squad, there could be a difference, and as a result of the difference in squad, there could be a different, there could be completely different route the match could take. This is something we are expecting to cash in on, and so Blast will be added as well. In addition to this, you always have the standard plan coverage of TNPL, which was started a week ago, and also women's ashes as well. So there's a total of 7 tournaments that we are already decided that we are going to cover, and there's going to be plenty more that's going to come. Depending on how the whole thing progresses.
Awesome. Let's talk a bit more about TNPL. Where did you guys manage to get so much of data and talk to us through that process? Because no other cricket platform, is covering TNPL from a fantasy point of view.
Yeah, not we generally what happens with this because of my big background in data. We know how to crack these tournaments because personally my background is from Tamil Nadu as well. So what happens is I'm as an hardcore follower of TNPL as you can see anywhere. So that helps because in addition to the raw data that we have, the access to raw data that we have, the visuals that I have seen, the sheer visuals I have seen over the last 6 years has been gives us an advantage in a way that I know local players a lot more than most others who are attempting to cover this tournament do. So that's an advantage that we have in terms of TNPL. So far what has happened is Coimbatore has turned out to be a really tricky deck to manage. Sometimes it's as good as it usually is. Sometimes it's slower than it usually is, and sometimes it starts spinning. So that's the advantage hasn't really kicked in. We have won two real big games, but the results in the other games haven't been as great. But as we move forward, when venues like Dindigul and the other two come in, Dindigul in particular, I'm looking forward to that lot because it's a really flat wicket and there's plenty of runs that comes in. It's a small ground as well, so that's something that this is a stretch where I'm hoping that we'll really cash in on all the data and the knowledge that we have on the tournament. And regards to data, we have a partnership with Clickmetric, so that's one thing that they have launched data for TNPL ahead of this tournament. That's one thing, and then we have also partnered with a new platform where we are getting an possibly most advanced data that's available in the world right now.
That's amazing. So let's talk about some of the performances of the last few games for TNPL. So you had subscribers winning money both on Exchange 22 and Dream 11 platforms. They also had come out and posted their winnings on Twitter, tagging you and covers off. Would you like to kind of share those screens with our viewers today?
Yeah, I think I think it should be there. Here, can you see the screen?
Yeah, I can see the screen. So there we have.
This is a crazy screenshot. I mean, it's just a one player was given out 36 times profit, and the total winning is 72,000. So this is Pradosh Ranjan Pal. So there's a whole story surrounding this player. He's exceptionally talented left-handed batter, and young batter who has had a great Ranji season building up to this tournament. But his TNPL numbers have been poor because could have a variety of reasons. He's a young player and he was used in different positions in positions that he shouldn't have been. So and there's a lot of reasons, and sometimes the pitches haven't been great. So all of this, but he has been around the circuit right from 2019 as well. So when I first saw him, I knew this is going to be a top talent. This is one of the reasons why we recommended that you should have Pradosh Ranjan Paul in your team for the second game. Second game that was played, I think it was played between. I'm not sure. Maybe this screenshot could show, but I'm not sure. Yeah, think it was played within SS and CSG, and he's playing for Chepak Super Leagues. The other teams may not have exactly opened with him, but what Chepak did was they played him well. They opened with him, and that turned out to be a really great decision because he scored 80 runs, and no one was expecting Pradosh Ranjan Paul to do anything on that day. He was owned by some 2 to 3% of managers in daily fantasies as well. So this single decision completely turned the match in our favor, and that's what you're seeing. The winnings of close to 70,000 on Exchange 22 and 20,000 on Dream 11.
That's phenomenal. So talk to us about the other user, Rishi Kannan, I believe, who had posted his winnings, and also talk to a little bit more about Arun. Arun came in as a standard subscriber, and then seeing the performance of covers off, he wants to actually upgrade to a premium plan.
Arun has been with us from day one, and it makes me one of some of the subscribers that I have. Whenever I see their winning screenshots posted, it makes me very happy. And Arun is one of them because he has been a huge pillar of support for us from day one, and he has had and throughout the 6 months journey. Now I think that this is a great win, and normally after a win like that, our subscribers want to move to higher level plans because of the stuff that we do on those on premium, for example. So that's what happened to Arun here. After this winning, he wanted to move to a higher plan, which is at the moment premium. It's also lifetime. You buy a premium subscription once, and you're covered for the next 70 years. The expiry date for some of our standard lifetime subscribers are at around 2,100, and that's something that is going to apply for premium as well. Everything we'll ever do will come under this plan. There is no upgrades or not even what all the advancements that we plan to bring in will come under premium. For example, that's what is happening with standard lifetime now. Those who came in first grabbed the lifetime offer we gave out to the first 1,000 subscribers, and they're all making use of the advantages, the advancements that have come in that plan. For example, now we give out more combinations than we did when we started. So that's something that's included in the lifetime plan. There is no higher rate, no upgrade or something. It still goes under the same plan they got for 999 INR, which is something the yearly plan, even the yearly plan right now is at 1,999. So it shows how soon we are progressing and how important it is to grab these subscriptions at the the early stage. For example, premium itself of the first 100 subscriptions was at 4,999. Now it's improved to 7,999 as well, and it is going to only keep going up. That is something that we have always said with our subscription. It's never going to go down, because the kind of job that we are doing, we'll only keep it. We'll only keep increasing the rates. So that's something that I think Arun wants to cash in on that, and he wants to move to a lifetime premium slot.
And you do have lifetime premium spots available right now on Covers Off.
Yeah, this is the last phase of lifetime premium. We have announced it to our subscribers, and it's going to be open for a minimum of 1.5 months. And we basically want to get it to a level where we want it to be, where we are completely satisfied with what we are doing. For example, with standard, we're completely satisfied with what we are offering on standard subscription at the moment. But for the premium, for us to be completely satisfied, not just satisfied, to be completely elated with where we are, it's going to take some time, and that is the time, and that's why this is the last phase. It could take a minimum of 1.5 months to a maximum of 2.5 to 3 months. Basically, before the World Cup starts, all of the lifetime premium slots will be closed. So it depends on whether you want it or not before that time.
Amazing. So, do you want to open the screen of today's match report?
Yeah, I think today is a bit. It's between Laika and LA, and this is our match report. For example, we have talked about Nitish Rajgopal and TNPL, and this is the one that Pocket Dynamo plan that has just gone out. This is the first article launched under Pocket Dynamo, and it has gone out live as well. So we'll be covering more games on this starting tomorrow as well. And this is for the standard subscription, but the difference, as you can see, it will have an entire pack attached at the bottom. When you open this pack, there's a whole different level of fantasy information that opens up here. This is the you can see at the bottom there is total of 10 to 15 sheets. This is
Yeah,
something
if
that
you
you
can
don't get
open
in
the sheet
99.
at your end, Al, that is not reflecting on the stream.
I've just opened. Can you see? Okay, can you see
Okay,
this
yeah, it's
now?
coming up now.
Okay. So this is the difference. This is the difference between 99 and 349. Where 99, you're only going to get the final 11. But this is what has made us as big as we are right now. People are understanding how to construct a fantasy 11. So, for example, someday we may not cover a game, but due to the process that they've learned as a result of this talk, how to analyze numbers, how to look at different things, how to look at different stats and everything. Our users, our subscribers, normally feel confident enough to do it on their own. That's the difference between our platform and the other platforms, which just give out fantasy 11 without exactly a method that you can repeatable. Our method is repeatable, and we show it how. And this is the dog that plays a crucial role in it. And this is the matchups page, for example, venue notes, where we have numbers that other platforms normally do not have. And this is a fantasy home where we show what are the differentials, the kind of picks that is going to make a difference today. And this is the fantasy ranking order, where we rank all the 24 players that are likely to play in the game from 1 to 24. This way, if you want to put up more combinations, if you want to create more combinations, this plays a crucial role as well. And this is team rating. This helps in understanding the strengths and weaknesses of the team. And this is something that we have newly added, where players at venue, we don't look into the numbers too seriously as other platforms do, because these are all small sample size numbers. But when you can give out these numbers, why not give it out? So that's the idea behind this. And we have three sections for every team, which is based on their last the tournament performance. And this even has an over meter, where every match you can see how many overs a bowler has bowled. So this plays a crucial role, because in tournaments like the TNPL, where teams are using 8 to 10, 6 to 7 to 8 bowlers every game, you need to know who is being seen as a regular bowler. And that's something this helps. Now it's only one game, so it may not give you much, but after 2 to 3 games, you start to understand how the captains see their bowlers, how the management sees their bowlers, and who is going to be their important bowlers. So when you see a slew of fours here, so that's going to be a bowler that you have to back. But when you see a bowler who has bowled 2 and 1 and 3 in other game, and again 2, then that's a bowler that you shouldn't be backing in daily fantasy scenarios. So these are the kind of information that we are trying to give to our subscribers.
Yeah, so that's amazing, depth of data. I did see that both the teams today have a handful of off spinners, slow left arm orthodox bowlers, and leg spinners. I've never seen that kind of a balance between two teams, even at an IPL or an SA T20 or a PSL games that you've been covering.
Yeah, I think TNPL is always known for its slow left arm spinners that it has had. For example, you have had R. Sai Kishore move from nowhere to IPL here from this tournament, and you have also had M. Siddharth was had a stint with KKR as well, and that's only two of the many quality slow left arm spinners in this tournament. You also have Ajit Ram, who made his who had an impressive debut with TN earlier last year. I guess it was his last season where he had a really good couple of matches. So that's with TNPL slow left arm off spin is something that's always going to be there. But this season, maybe starting from the last season as well, you're starting to see more leg spinners come in as well. And one of those is playing the game today, who is Jatved Subramaniam. I think he's Subramanian, and he's really impressive in the last game with his big googlies and stuff. And he's fairly young as well. As we go along, I think we are going to hear this name a lot more than we are right now.
Like Sai Sudarshan is someone who came through the TNPL, how well he played in this year's IPL. So, do you see any such breakout talents coming through, debuting this TNPL season who ultimately would go on to shine at an IPL level?
I think we just discussed about Jatpet Subramaniam. That's one thing. And the other player that I'm really interested that I really rate a lot is Ajitesh. He's featuring. There are a number of players, but to take one player and discuss is G Ajitesh from Delhi Royal Kings. The young, I think he's 19 or 20 years old, and he was really impressive last year as well. It's a strike rate of 240 and at the death, and he was picked for the Tamil Nadu as well. Even though Tamil Nadu debut didn't go well, but that's something you expect from a young player. More time, and you're going to see a lot more of agitation in the IPL and perhaps even for Indian cricket.
Talking about packed with spinners in the match report, you talk about Nitish Rajagopal's how well he plays spinners. So is he a crucial pick today? Should players go in with him as a captain or a vice captain?
Yeah, Nitish Rajagopal looked in glorious touch. I mean, he usually looks like a player that a TNPL level player, what you call as a TNPL level player. But in the first game, he looked like a state player. He looked like someone who could play for Tamil Nadu. So that's how good he was. And he's even the previous years, he has been exceptionally good against spin. He's a good player of slow left arm off spin. Obviously, as most left-handers are, and he's also comfortable against off spin. He doesn't lose his wicket a lot. He averages close to 45 to 50 against off spin, I guess, which is huge. And he hasn't lost his wicket against leg spin as well. And if Nelle Royal Kings are to do well today, it's going to be important for him to come to party because the opposition has Siddharth and Jatpet Subramanian. As far as captaining or vice captaining is concerned, there are better options for the day because Sai Sudarshan, we all know what he's capable of, and Shah Rukh Khan at the NPL level is an all-round option. He's not just a batter; he can also bowl as well. And Sonu Yadav is the third best option for the captaincy or vice captaincy spot today. So it's only after this that the likes of Nitish Rajagopal, Arun Karthik, and Suresh Kumar come in, but you could definitely use Rajagopal as a differential captaincy option. By what we mean by differential is it shouldn't be on a team that you're expecting, where you're putting most of your money on and you're expecting to win most of your money back. It could be used as an alternative captaincy option for your second combination, where you play bigger leagues, where on those leagues you cannot go a lot by captaining the traditional options. You'll have to captain someone like Nitish Rajagopal or captain someone like Arun Karthik or J. Suresh Kumar. So that's the thing that's where you could use Rajagopal today.
So we have a user asking a question. Viewer Pankaj Rajput wants to know what's the importance of Sandeep Warrior today.
Sandeep Warrior, the one big red alert in the last game was that Sandeep Warrior was only used for a couple of overs. He's generally a bowler that you would normally expect to be successful in the power play, but at this TNPL level, where he is more successful is in the middle overs because the pace that he bowls, 135 to 138 kph, that's what these players find it really difficult. I mean, he hits the deck hard. That gives him a lot of wickets. So his really successful phase is in the middle overs. And when you look at the middle overs, who is going to play the middle overs? It's going to be Sai Sudarshan and Shah Rukh Khan. And these players are capable players of pace bowling. Shah Rukh Khan has really improved his back foot play this year. And Sai Sudarshan is always a big threat when it comes to games like this, as is any superstar of this level. For example, if you look at Mohan Prasad, is an exceptional option for this game. But because of the fact Sai Sudarshan is at number 3, he could play out majority of his balls and even force captain captain into thinking that he shouldn't bowl his slow left-arm off spinner because Sai Sudarshan will hit him for sixes. So that's what is going to trouble Sandeep Parekh today, because at the opening maybe he's not a great option, even though his ownership has gone down. I can understand why our subscriber may be asking that question, but so even though his ownership might have gone down, I don't see him as a great option for today.
So it seems even unfair that a team would have both Sai Sudarshan and Shah Rukh Khan, or in the case Dindakal had both Varun Chakravarti and Ashwin.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that if you look at surrounding them, there's no batting depth in this team, and they also have J Suresh Kumar, who was one of the top batters of TNP last year. But just because of the superstar value that they have, you can never underestimate like a Kovai, because any one of these players could turn up and they could win. They could win any game against any of these teams in this tournament. So this is what makes them one of the top contenders for the playoffs for this year. But from then on, whether or not it depends on whether Sai Sudarshan turns up for the playoffs or Shah Rukh Khan turns up for the playoffs.
So we have another viewer asking, what is the reason behind picking Arul and Surya yesterday?
I think Arul and Surya with Vijay Arul, I think he was a death bowler yesterday. That was the main reason behind why we had Vijay Arul. For example, if the last catch that R. Wake had hit was taken at the deep, it could have been 25 points, and that could have made a lot of difference. So when you're dealing with uncertainties, we'll have to pick players that are bowling when it comes to bowlers, you'll have to pick bowlers who are bowling in phases where the chances of taking wickets are higher. Death is one of those phases. So Arul bowled a couple of overs in the last game at the death. In this game, he bowled only one over, which was problematic. But even if the last catch was taken, it could have given us 25 points. And as far as the other spinner is concerned, I think he's kind of a mystery spinner, and the opposition had a lot of left-handers. So the likelihood of a left-arm off-spinner bowling for full overs is not high. And the wicket was also behaved quite differently than it was expected to. So that's something that changed the course of things yesterday. But when we look at these picks, when we evaluate these picks, we do not evaluate it based on one day's results. We evaluate it based on the strategy and everything else, on whether this is something I would do if the match happens again. If the match happens again, and then given a similar scenario, I'd pick the same couple of bowlers again, because the slow left-arm spinners had a lot of left-handers in the opposition, and I wouldn't be picking them in a small venue. With a small venue, it's easier to clear them. So that's why we picked those two bowlers. And they were also from the stronger team of the two in play today. If you see, that was the team that dominated the game and won it in 14 to 15 overs.
So last game in Coimbatore, first two matches went in for quite a few runs. After that, it's been low-scoring affair. So what's it going to be today?
I think the second game that was played at the night at this venue, where I think it featured like a King as well. I think they scored close to 200 runs. It's really difficult. That's what we have discussed in the article as well. Coimbatore has been a really difficult deck for us to predict this year, because normally it's a high scoring venue. It has average score of 160, and the average first innings winning score of 180. So that's something that when we pick our team, we usually base it on the expected nature of the deck, which is based on a large sample size of data. But this year it has been really tricky. So we'll have to look out for what the captain say at the toss, and maybe the pitch report as well, to really decide how it is going to be. But for now, I think we'll play it safe. We'll have a fair balance between batters and bowlers, while we'll not overload on bowling or batting.
That's great. So that's the end of our show. Thank you so much for your time. Again, Pocket Dynamo just at INR 99. It's a great way, for new subscribers to get on to covers off. And once you have experienced the quality of content, as Arun has done, naturally they progress into upgrading their packs. So thank you so much for your time today, Al, and looking forward to another wonderful innings from Sai Sudarshan.
Yeah, sure. I think we'll be captaining him today as well, so that would be great.
All right, fantastic. All right, you enjoy the game then. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.